This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. The other day we were talking about how to deploy a report, right? So reports our configuration we discussed, and how to deploy a report, that is also we discussed. So in the real time, we never deploy the reports to the production, but we're going to be deploying into the development environment. You have a dev server where you're going to be deploying in the real time. So you never directly connect to the production database and directly deploy it there. So for the production and all, you have DBAs and others. These people are going to be handling your reports and everything. Clear? Now, so as a developer, what is your roles and responsibilities? My role is, as a developer, I should know how to create a report. Clear? So what is it drilling down? What is it drilling through? What is in a parameterized report? What is cascading reports? All these things I should know as a developer. So I need not worry how to deploy and how to configure the reporting server. So reports of a configuration will be taken care, will be done by the DBA team plus networking team in the company. If they are not able to do, and if the company is very small company, then as a developer, you should be able to do those activities. Otherwise, you're not. Am I clear? Now, we are going to learn uh, some more, DBA activities. So SSRS for DBA admin team. So these are not important for you, but even though it is not important, because these activities are for the DBA people, database administrators. As a SSRS developer, your role is done. Only you should know how to create a report. But why are we learning report management activities? Because sometimes, few companies, will insist you to do these activities, right? So let us understand few activities now. What are the things that we should know whenever you learn SSRS? SSRS has three phases. One is called authoring phase. The next one is management phase. The next one is delivery. In authoring, what we do, we create an RDL file. So as a author means as a developer, you create a RDL file with the help of a .NET support. So with the help of these tools, okay, this is the tool that we are using. It is a .NET tool, right? Using this tool, we should be able to create a report. So after creating a report, what normally we do, we give it to the next team. So these people are going to be deploying, or sometimes we may also deploy. Once you deploy the report to the next level, then somebody has to take care of the management. So authoring of the report will be done by the developer, and central reports, our database, manage reports, secure reports, all these things will be handled by DBA team. Clear? And once it is done, then the delivery also has to happen. The delivery will be also done by the DBA team. Clear, guys? So we are there simply to create a report. Who's going to be managing the reports? Management and delivery will be taken care by DBA team only. Clear? So report, runtime report, rendering issues, or pull and push subscriptions, everything will be taken care by the DBA team. Clear? So as a developer, you should know how to create a report, how to manage a report. That is not your part. How to, deliver the report. For example, how can we deliver the report? Using a email, right? Using a email. Nowadays, people are also getting a custom notifications in WhatsApp messages, right? So custom notifications. So reports also can be, sent through a WhatsApp messages nowadays. So that is also custom. So how the reports can be scheduled for delivery means, so who's going to be doing? The delivery will be taken care by the DBA team. Clear? So we are going to discuss, how to manage the reports and how to deliver the reports. These two are the activities will be done by DBA team, guys. Clear? So only authoring phase will be taken care by you. So this is the phase It is your role. So this is not your role and this is not your role. So but who's going to be taking care both this? So these two will be handled by DBA team. But why are we learning? Sometimes, so sometimes you have to, you know, do these activities in your companies. Clear? So managing the reports as well as delivery of the reports. Now let us understand as a DBA what are the activities that we're going to be learning. Clear? So now, so how to author? So wide range of supported data sources, open report authoring options, flexible report designs. Management means parameterized reports, execution properties, report scheduling and history, role-based security. All these things will be taken care by the DBA team. Delivery, range of rendering options, flexible and extensible delivery. So these two, management and delivery will be taken care by DBA team. Clear? So runtime rendering means web HTML, MHTML printing. Sometimes report will be printed and it will get couriered via post or via couriers. And sometimes the customer needs CSV files, Excel files, XML files. Clear? So we have a pull delivery and push delivery. So this is also we're going to be discussing it today. Clear? Yeah, guys. Any questions? Somebody switched on the mic. Now, what are the what is the components that the reporting server has? Let us see. These are the important components that the reporting server has. Okay, one is called data retrieval. Okay, under report server, what are the important features that you should know? Okay, that you have to understand. One is called data retrieval, and it has to get the data from different sources like cube databases, Excel files. And the next one is called how to render. How to render means how to display the report. So some people needs in images, this is image. Some people needs in HTML files. Somebody needs in PDF and XML files or Excel files. So how to retrieve the data, how to render the data, and how to apply security and how to deliver the report to the end user using email or file sheet. Okay, so these are the four important things that you should know. So on top of that, you have how to manage the report, how to connect to the some other applications to your report server, and you can also connect to Java, .NET, SAP application to report server. You can also display the reports in SAP or report the show the reports in SharePoint portal server. Clear? So core elements of SSRS is under report processing, how to retrieve the data from different sources, and how to render the data to the customer, and how to apply a security, and how to deliver the reports to the customers. So these are the core elements of SSRS, nothing else. Okay. So data retrieval, data rendering, delivery of the report, and security. When you deploy the report to the web, so anybody can go to the website and the customer easily download the report. That is what is called pull subscription, right? So I go to the shop, I buy a magazine. So it is called a pull subscription. Or I ask the shopkeeper to send the magazine to my home. That is what is called pushing subscription. Clear? So you go to the web, you choose the report, you download the report. That is pulling subscription. Or you give your email ID, you ask the report server to send the report to your email. So that is what is called pushing subscription. So delivery will have a pull and push. So this is also we're going to discuss. Now, what are the DB activities that we're going to be having? So security that need to be handled by the DBA team and create a linked reports, push and pull subscriptions that we're going to be having. Now caching a report, snapshot of a report, upload a report, so and delete or modify the report, maintain the data sources and data sets, report builder and SSRS logs. So these are the things the DBA team is going to be handling. Now, once you deploy the report to the server, somebody has to give a proper security to the report, right? Otherwise, your report is, available to the public. It is very, very dangerous. So somebody has to provide, security. So who's going to be providing security? So DBA team is going to be providing a security to the end users. Clear? So when we're talking about security, there is two things that you need to understand. One is called authentication and authorization. Security will have two things. One is called authentication and authorization. What do you mean by authentication? Let us understand. So security will have two things. Any security, whether it is a .NET security, Java security, SQL Server security, Oracle security, any security will have two things. One is called authorization. Authorization means first level permissions. Okay. Authorization means authentication. Sorry, first level is authentication. So it is authentication. First one is authentication means first level permission. Authorization means second level permission. Clear? So what is authentication? Let us understand. I'll give you simple example. You go to a company, for example, you go to IBM company today morning 10 o'clock. You have an interview at 10 o'clock. You get an email saying that you have to report by 10 o'clock today. So this is the address, and you have a you got an email. So before half an hour, before 1 hour, you reach IBM office, and then there is a security. He's going to be asking you, "Who are you?" So you say that my name is Bhaskar Jogi. I have interview at 10 o'clock. I got a email yesterday from Mr. Peter from IBM. So he will ask the letter to show. Now he will verify that, and he will call Peter saying that Bhaskar Jogi is waiting. He's already came, and Peter says yes, yes, you allow him, and we have an interview at 10 o'clock. So that's fine. So the first level permission is this. Clear? Your authenticated user by the security. He called Peter, and everybody said okay. So now immediately the security person will tell you, hey Bhaskar, go to room number 10 and sit in that room. Peter is going to join with you. Clear? So that is what is called second level permission. What is the meaning? You're allowed to sit in room number 10. You cannot go to room number 11. You cannot go to room number 12. You are authorized sit in the room number 10. The interview will happen in that room. Clear? So you're inside IBM campus does not mean that you can go to any room of the IBM. You cannot go to CEO's room, you cannot go to HR room, but where can you go? You can go to room number 10. Clear? And you please wait there. So first level permission is your authenticated user to IBM. It does not mean that you can go to any room in the IBM. You are again authorized to sit in the which room? Room number 10. So that is second level permission. Clear? So that is what is called authorization. If authentication fails, then you cannot go for the authorization. For example, Peter says that this is not the campus and you need to go to some other campus of IBM. Authentication fails. Now this is not the address. This is IBM company only, but Peter is not going to sit in this campus. You're supposed to go to some other campus. Now what has happened? In this campus, the authentication is failed. Clear? For example, I come to US and I go to some student's house and he recognizes me. Hey Bhaskar sir, welcome. When did you come? So blah blah blah. He'll ask me. So that means authentication is done, right? So that means I am allowed to go inside to his room. It does not mean that I can open his lockers. I can go to his bedroom and take all the gold, jewelry, cash, everything from him, right? So I'm authenticated to go to his house. It does not mean that I can do everything. So he says that, sir, please, take some rest and you can go to that room and you can have some coffee or, watch TV. or we do some chit chat in the hall. That's it. So I'm allowed to go to some room, and he will clearly tell me, sir, you can go to that room, you can use that room, or you can play the games, or you can, if you wanted to swim, you can just go to the swimming pool and do the swimming and come back. So these are the second level permission the guest is offering. So I cannot go to his lockers, I cannot go to his personal things, I cannot open it. But if I'm a government of America person, I'm authorized to open his lockers, and if he's doing some crimes, clear. So I should have the authorization to go to his lockers and open everything there, clear. But I am authenticated to go to his room, but I'm not authorized to open his lockers and everything, clear guys. So everybody will have two permissions: authentication and authorization, clear. So when you go to SQL Server, even SQL Server has, SQL Server has authentication and authorization. Authentication means when you provide user ID and password at Windows level. So this is what is called authentication. If you give wrong user ID and password at the Windows level, Windows will not allow you go into the Windows, right? So you will fail there itself. Clear? So once you go into the Windows, what all you can do? What all you can do? So you can do only few things. You can open something, you can create something, you can delete something, but you cannot do lot of other things. So whatever you can do, so that is what is called authorization. For example, you go to ATM machine. So after you providing your user ID and password, you put your ATM card, debit card, and you put your PIN, then immediately it will show you what is that you can do: withdraw cash, update, deposit cash, and check for account balance. Only those 3 to 4 options are available. That's it. You cannot go to some other account. You cannot go to, you cannot withdraw account, cash from there. So because you are not authorized person to go to that account, clear. So you are permitted to use ATM machine does not mean that you can take all the cash from the ATM machine. You cannot do that. So only you are allowed to take only your cash, whatever the balance available. That's it, nothing else. Clear. You cannot do anything else. Clear. So providing user IDs and password is authentication. So after the authentication, you can go to the application level, then you can do some activities. For example, I'm connecting to SQL Server. I'm authenticated user. So I give user ID and passwords when I'm connecting, right? So what is the meaning? So for example, let me disconnect now. Let me connect. When I'm connecting to SQL Server, it is asking me server name, and it is giving me what authentication I'm giving: Windows authentication. See, lot of authentications are available nowadays: Windows authentication, SQL Server authentication, Azure Active Directory authentication, Azure Active Directory password integrated. Lot of things are available. But initially, you need to understand there is authentication done by Windows, authentication also done by the SQL Server. Clear? When I say Windows authentication, what is the meaning? Windows is already verified me, because first I need to start my computer, and I give user ID password to Windows. I log into the Windows. Now I open SQL Server. Now this window pops up. Now what I'm saying, I am Windows authenticated user. Who's Windows authenticated user? Bhaskar Jogi. Kedar is my machine name, laptop name. Bhaskar is Windows authenticated user. So I am telling SQL Server, hey SQL Server, verification is already done by the Windows. You need not worry. You can just put me in. So when I say connect, SQL Server is allowing me inside this. Clear? So I'm telling SQL Server, hey SQL Server, you need not to check once again, because already verification is done in the gate number 1. For example, you have gate number 1, gate number 2, gate number 3. You have gone to the gate number 1, show your ID card. When you show ID card to the gate number 1 and gate number 2, people can, they'll ask you. So you can tell the gate number 2 people saying that I have already verified in the gate number 1. Then gate number 2 will not verify. So you can simply go and sit. Clear? So gate number 1 is Windows. Gate number 2 is other applications. So other application like SQL Server, maybe .NET. So .NET is gate number 3. You can go to gate number 3. Again, .NET. You're saying to .NET, hey, already verification is done in the gate number one, so you just leave me. So you can also simply go to .NET application and open the application. Are you clear? So authentication is done by somebody. The somebody is Windows. Clear? Always, operating system level authentication is always better and best, not the SQL Server authentication, not the Oracle authentication, .NET authentication. So these application level authentication is always not very good. So people can hack easily the applications. Clear? Windows level or operating system level authentication is always stronger than the application level authentication. For example, I connect to SQL Server. I connect to SQL Server and I say I don't have in Windows, permissions, but I wanted to use your, login and password. So this is what is called SQL Server authentication. Clear? You are not a Windows user. You are asking, them to create a user ID and password to you. So you will provide user ID and password so that you can, authorize it or you're authenticated to go into SQL Server. Clear? Gate number one, you don't have any user ID and password. Somehow you came to gate number two. Gate number two, you have user ID and password. You are now go into this. So this is what is called SQL Server authentication. This is not recommended. Clear? So always you should have Windows authentication. Now you can connect. Now once you connect, for example, Bhaskar is there. When you go to security, when you go to logins, Bhaskar is there. Bhaskar is authenticated person. So Bhaskar authenticated person, but what all the other things Bhaskar can do it here? So server roles. What are the other things I can do? I am an admin here, so I can take care of a lot of things. Clear? So I'm an admin here. So authorization means, so what are the things that you can do within SQL Server? I can do everything. For example, tomorrow I wanted to create a login ID. For example, I say new login ID here. I wanted to create a login ID for, let us say, Simrit. Okay. She does not have Windows authentication, but she wanted to use SQL Server. Clear? So I'm clearly saying she's not coming from the Windows authentication. Somebody has to open the laptop and she will come and sit. She will open SQL Server. When she's opening SQL Server, then SQL Server will ask the user ID and password. Simret is the user of SQL Server. She's not in Windows. Okay. So password, she's giving some test123. TEST test123, confirm password test123. Clear? Now, Simret is the user. She can connect, but after coming to your home, so she should have some permissions, right? So what all she can do? What all she can do, and which databases she can access. So she can access only iBank database. I told you, you can go to room number 10 and sit. You cannot go to room number 11 or 12 because you're going to having the interview in room number 10. So Simrit is the authenticated user, does not mean that she can go to any database and she can do anything. Okay, so she is authorized person to sit in iBank database, nothing else. Click on OK. Clear? So that is how the user IDs and passwords are created in any other application. Now I have shown you in SQL Server. You can also do the same thing in your SSRS or maybe in Java, maybe in .NET. One is called authentication. The second one is called authorization. Authentication means providing user ID and password. Okay. Now I connect to database engine. So SQL Server authentication, the name of the employee Simret, and she will give her password test123. Now click on connect. Login failed. Why? Let me close this. Let me open SQL Server SSMS. Now Simret wanted to log into SQL Server. Simrat is a normal user. Okay, she is not the admin. So we need to give SQL Server authentication, Simrat, and password is test123. Test123 or 12. What is that? What is this nonsense? Something is something is going on. What is that? Let me connect it to as a database engine guy. I don't know what is it's happening. Let me. Password test123, right? We have given the same thing. Test123. Done. Now disconnect. Let me open this. It should work. You can also try, guys. You can create one user ID and it should work. Okay. So now you are giving the login is Simret and test123. Remember the password. So connection was successfully established with the user, but then another occurred during the login process. I don't know what is this cannot connect to. Okay, guys, let me read this. I will check later, but this is how you should be able to connect. I don't know why it is not connecting, but you can try. It should work, guys. It should work. So this is how you should be able to connect it to, or any application. Now let us concentrate on SSRS. In SSRS also, we can create a user ID and password, and we can provide the permissions to the end users. Otherwise what happens, all the reports are exposed to complete public, so that is very very dangerous. Clear? So now today what we do, how to provide a security for the given reports. Clear? Now we know that there are two URLs we have created the other day, right? So one URL is called end user URL. So what is that URL? So HTTP Kedar, and I forgot that. So if you forgot the end user URL, simply go to report manager, reports our configuration manager, click on yes. Now click on connect. Now web service URL. So click on this URL, Indian Bank. So this is the URL the other day we have created. Now this is the URL for the end user to use it. Now one more URL, DBA URL also we had created. If you wanted to use that URL, you can go to manager. Now web portal URL. So this is the URL for the Indian Bank admin. So this is the DBA URL. Control C and control V. Guys, so this is the URL the DBA team is going to be using. So this URL is called as a report manager. Okay. So as a developer, what are we going to use? We're going to use this to create reports. Clear? But to provide the admin activities, to perform the admin activities, DBA team is going to be connecting to only this portal via this one, via this URL, Indian Bank admin. If you don't remember, simply go and get these URLs. Clear? So what normally we're going to be doing, we are going to logging to the Chrome. Okay. So I'm the DBA guy. Now I have to provide user ID and passwords to the reports. Clear? Now this is where we have deployed the reports the other day, right? So did we report or not? Let me go here. I could not see anything. I think we have deleted. Let me build and let me right click on this and say deploy, right? It is going to be deploying all the reports. If the report is existing in the report manager, means it's going to be replacing the report. Clear? So deploy started. All the reports are going to come where? To this. Clear? The folders have created. So data sources, whatever we have, so the data sources here, right? Shared data sources, shared data sets, all these things are going to be placed in our in this folder, data sources folder, and we have data sets folder, and all the reports are going to come to this. Clear? So these are the reports. Now I am planning to give a security to these reports. Clear? So that is what I'm planning to do now. I means I'm a now DBA. So how can we apply a security? So this security is called as a role-based security. Go to report manager using Kedar. What will be the, this is the URL, right? So this is the URL I'm using. Using this URL, you need to go. Clear? Click on manage folder on home page. Now you go, click on manage. Where is the manage folder? Let me go here. So manage folder, have you seen this? So this is the folder. So using this, you should be able to give permissions. Click on manage folder. Now when you click on that, it is saying security. Clear? Now what is that? Which user can see the reports in this folder? Now you need to add a group or a user. Now I'll say add a group or user. So who's the guy who's going to be, seeing? For example, you are the new guy joined in Indian Bank. Clear? You are the sales manager. Now you have joined as a sales manager. So as soon as you join the company, what is the first thing you will get? You will get a laptop, right? So you will get a laptop and you will get a user ID and password. Clear? You will get a user ID and password. Clear? As soon as you join the company, you will get a laptop. Along with the laptop, you also get user ID and password. For example, your user ID is say Abu Nasir. So this is your or Abu. Simply your name is called Abu, but you will have a domain name. Domain name means, see here you can see a Kedar Bhaskar. When you see my user ID, you will be able to see my user ID is Kedar Bhaskar. Have you seen this? What is Kedar? Kedar is my machine name or domain name. So this is how the user IDs are going to be connected. Clear? So this is how. When I was working in Microsoft, I was getting Far East and BH Jogi. Clear? So this was the user ID. So this was my user ID. Far East. Okay. So Far East is the domain. So Bhaskar Jogi, BH Jogi is my user ID in Microsoft Campus. Clear? So now, like that, everybody will have some user ID. For example, Abu is available in Kedar. So Kedar slash Abu, and we need to give him the password. Some password will be given. The password will be used. So as soon as you join the company, your domain name plus your name plus password will be created, and you can change the password later. Clear? So this you need to have it. So now this Abu is a sales manager. He's the sales guy, sales manager in IBM, Indian Bank company. So he is going to be checking a lot of sales reports. Now we supposed to give all the reports which are linked to sales. Clear? Now what we supposed to do? We supposed to go here and we need to, let me show you. Okay, so we need to go to manage folder. All the sales reports are available. You can create a lot of folders. So this is going to be having a sales ibank sales reports. For example, you are the HR person. Clear? So he's a sales manager in Indian bank. So we got one more guy called, let us say, let us take one of your name. We have uh, Pamela. Okay, let us take Pamela. Now she is into. She is also got user ID and password, and she joined in this company as a HR manager. Okay, HR manager. She wanted to see the reports as a HR manager. Clear? Now this guy is also joining an Indian bank, and she is also joining in the Indian bank. But this guy is a sales manager. Clear? Now what we supposed to do? We can create reports, HR reports, and this report, that report. But when you're deploying, make sure that you create a new folder. Okay? You create a new folder, HR reports. Clear? So you create a new folder called HR reports. Now you supposed to keep all the reports, related to HR in this. Now this folder is accessible only by HR department. Clear? So we have HR reports, we have a sales report. Clear? Like that, you can go create one more folder. Now you can create, purchase reports, auditing reports, marketing reports, this report, that report. Okay, higher authorities reports, mid-level, people report, blah blah blah. You can create a lot of folders, and you should be able to place the reports there. Clear? After that, what you do? You go to manage folder. You can go to manage folder, and you should be able to provide a permission to that. Clear, guys? So add and group user. Now I should be able to click on something. So what is that? The new user, Kedar slash Pamela. She joined. So now she, I supposed to create her in the Windows first. Then only this is going to work. Now she is simply a browser. Browser means she can simply a browse the report. She cannot do anything. She cannot modify the report. She cannot publish the report. She cannot delete the report. So this is what is called rule based. All end users are given a permission with the browser. Okay. May view folder reports and subscribe the report, nothing else, and click on OK. It is not going to work because we don't have any this user does not exist. That's what it's saying. Clear? So that's what you need to understand. So you need to click on the you need to click on this and click on what? Manage folder. When you click on manage folder, you should be able to create all the reports there. Or you can give the permissions over there. So always whenever you click on this and whenever you go, you need to have a user ID and password of Windows. Okay, with domain user ID and password like Kedar Abu, Kedar, Pamela. So like that you need to have, and simply go there, and you should be able to have them and give the permissions. Clear? Report builder, publisher, you can publish the reports. You can create a report, you can add a report, whatever you wanted to do it, you can do it. If you're a normal sales manager means you are given with the browser. Clear? So that is how you should be able to apply as a what? As a DBA only these activities are done. So developers need not worry about this because you never ever give permissions to the end user. So DBA people are going to provide the permission to the end users, but not we. But why are we learning? Sometimes you may be asked in the interviews, do you know how to create, how to publish a report? Do you know how to create user ID and password and provide security? So that purpose we are dealing. Otherwise, we need not worry about it. Clear? So this is how we're going to provide a permissions. to the end user. So end user is going to be getting a browser permission. So this is what is called a role-based permission. Clear, guys? So you should know clearly what kind of a permissions we are going to be having means role-based permissions. Now the next one is creating a linked report. So who's going to be doing this? This is also done by DBA team. So what is a linked report? Why we are going to be creating a linked report? Let us understand. So requirement is like this. Create a separate report for each branch. Prerequisites for linked reports. Create a parameter report. Create shared data source. Linked reports can only be created using report manager. Only parameter reports can be created as linked reports. Now, I go here. So I know how to create a report. For example, I will create one report, new report, say customer wanted to have, branch wise report. So what is the meaning of branch wise report? I'll tell you. Let me go. Customer wanted to see select star from account master table, and customer wanted to see where branch ID is equals to BR1 data. Okay. And one more, branch manager wanted to see his customers. So I will be creating this kind of a data set. I will be able to get his data. Now, one more customer needs branch BR3 data. So what normally we do? We take a report. We take a report and we say some branch wise customer, some that is the branch wise customers, and we take data source. What is the data source? iBank. Now I wanted to use this. Now what normally we do? We take a data set. So what is the data set? Data set name is called main set. Now I wanted to create a iBank. Now this time what I do? I take this query. Okay, let me have only few things: account ID, name, C balance, and branch ID. Okay, now if I give BR1, I'm able to get only this data. So what I do, I take this and I'm going to be pasting it and click on OK, and I drag and drop blah blah blah. So this is a some customer report. Okay, customer report. Now what the client wanted to have, they don't need parameter. They don't need parameter. They need reports for each and every branch. If they have 10,000 branches, so 10,000 data sets you need to create, 10,000 reports you need to create, you'll go mad. Because they're clearly asking you not to create a parameter. Parameter means they can provide, they can choose BR1, BR2, BR3, they can get the data. But they're clearly telling you, don't create a parameter. I don't want to choose branch BR1 and say view report. So they're asking you to create a branch wise report for each and every branch. Now the problem is, if we have some 510 branches, we can create. But if they have 10,000 branches, creating a report, taking the data source, data set, deploying, formatting, so 10,000 report creation is not so easy, and the customer is very clearly telling you he does not need parameter option. Clear? So that is where we are going to be using a linked report. Clear? So to create a linked report, what normally we do, we create a parameterized report first. Okay. So how to create a parameterized? We need to put at the rate BRID. It is going to be creating a parameter, right? So this is the parameter. Now I wanted to insert the table, account ID, name, see balance. Now right click on this. Okay. Now I wanted to have some background color. Now save and preview. This is what the customer does not need. So we can provide branch BR1 here. We can get the report, or we can also put the drop down list here. But the customer clearly saying he does not need this. So if the customer says that I don't need this, then how do you give? You need to create multiple reports, because for each and every branch, you need to create separate queries like this and put them into a separate report and deploy the report. It will be very, very problem. So what normally we do, if they need that kind of a thing, then we create a parameterized report and we simply build only this report, branch wise customer side. This is the new report we have created. We build only this report now. Build is succeeded. Now I deploy only the single report. Deploy. Clear? So this report got deployed. Now when I go here as a DBA, I go here. I also refresh. Now I go to home. I should be able to get something, right? Where are these things? Yeah. Sometimes it is very, very slow to show you this. If you don't need this folder, you can simply delete this. Now, what I'm going to do, I go to iBank reports. Now I go to branch wise customers. So this is a report just now I have created. If I deploy this report to the web, then customer clearly says, I don't need this kind of an option. Okay, I don't need. Now what I will do, I go to iBank reports. Now I click on dot 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 here. As a DBA, I am going to create a linked report. Okay. So I go to manage. Now you can see create a linked report here. Have you seen this? Create a linked report here. So how did I come? You go to home, you go to iBank reports, you go to your parameter report, you click on dot dot dot, you go to manage. Now you should be able to go to create a linked report. Have you seen this? Who's going to be doing this? A DBA team. So as a developer, what you do? You create a report and you deploy it. Okay. That is a parameterized report you have created. So then what normally we do, the DBA team is going to be creating a lot of linked reports. Great. So what to do? So DBA team will go and they click on this. The name of the report is BR1 customers. Okay. Customers report. BR1 customers report. Now for create. Okay. Now created. Now when you go home and go to iBank, you should be able to see a linked report. Have you seen this? See, there's a link symbol. This link symbol, but when you click on this, it is going to be again asking you a parameter. Now I wanted to hide this parameter. Customer does not need this parameter. You go back. Now go to BR1 customers, click on manage. Now we go to parameters. Now I don't want to visible the parameter. I wanted to hide the parameter. Now use default value. What is the default value? BR1. The default value is the BR1. So click on apply. So I would like to hide that property. So given BR1, now you go back to the iBank. Now when I click on BR1 customers, it is not going to be asking me anything. It is going to give me BR1 data. Clear? So this is the original report. This is the original report. So I have supplied only BR1 here. The BR1 is going to go and getting submitted there. That's it, nothing else. Clear? Now everybody thinks that this is a report. This is not a report. This is a linked report. Clear? Now I would like to create one more report. Let me go to branch wise customers. Click on this manage. Now I go to create linked reports. This time BR2 customers report. Okay. Now click on create. If you go to iBank reports, you will see one more BR2 customers. So when I'm clicking on this, now it is giving me this option. I don't need this option. Go back. Now go to BR2 customers. Click on this. Go to manage. Now choose parameters. Now make it hidden. And I wanted to give now BR2. I'm not creating a report. I am not creating a report now. I am just supplying the parameter value. Now everybody thinks that these are the reports. Nobody knows that these are linked to one of this. So when you click on BR2, you should be able to get a report. So nobody knows that it is linking to one more report, and the customer also very happy because the customer clearly said he does not want to provide any parameter. Clear? You go back, you wanted to create one more linked report to this. So the parent report, this is the parent report, it should be a parameterized report. Clear? We are providing default values to that. You go to manage. Now create a linked report. Now the next branch BR3 customers report. Okay, first you need to create. Again you need to go back to the folder. Now BR3, go to manage. Now go to parameter. So hidden. Now check this and you need to provide the value to BR3. Apply. Done. Go here. You should be able to go to this. You can also go to the end user. What is the end user URL we have? Indian Bank. The end user can see all these reports like this. So you will have only the permissions. You can see there is a linked report. Have you seen this? All these are linked reports. Clear? So end user also can see the reports, but whenever clicking on this, whenever I click on this, I do not know that it is linked to some other report. Clear? I can just go back. I can click on this. So nobody knows that it is linked to one more parent report, but it is not going to ask you any kind of a parameterization. Clear? That's what is very important. So this is a parameterized report, branch wise customers, and using this report I have created a separate report like this. So this report, this is not as a report at all, because report means you need to have data source, data set, formatting, table, everything you need to drag and drop. It will take a lot of time, so we are not giving any time at all. So we have created one parent report with the parameterization. So using that report we are only supplying a BR1 BR2 values here. So BR1 value is supplied here, BR2 value supplied here. So whenever you click on this, it is going to go and it is going to substitute it there in the parent report. Clear? This report is called linked report. So this is calling the main report. Clear? Main report will be always a parameter report, but customer does not need parameters. Clear? Customer does not need parameter. For example, whenever you go to a job portal, it'll tell you a Java jobs, okay, or it will tell you SQL jobs. Now all these are parameters. When you click on Java, so a course or skill set is a parameter report. When you click on this, it is going to be opening a Java. When you click on SQL, it is going to be opening SQL related jobs in the job portals. Clear? Or it will tell you, say, report, jobs in US, jobs in India, jobs in, let us say, UK. It will give you a lot of options. When you click on US, so US data is going to go to here and it is going to be, executing the parent report. Clear? So you will have a lot of hyperlinks. Clear? So these are not actual reports. These are a parameters. So when you click on US, the US will get, executed here. It will get substituted. then the main report will get executed. You will be able to see jobs in US, jobs in UK, jobs in India, jobs in America. So all these things are called linked reports only. That one report will be created, and this somewhere here you're seeing all these options: US, UK, something like this. Now whenever you click, the report will get opened like this. Clear, guys? Now this is what you should understand. Clear? Compulsorily, this question is asked in all interviews. What is the difference between linked report and parameter? Linked report and hyperlinked report. Linked report means, so you're going to be creating in a portal. In which portal? In report manager portal. But hyperlink report means a developer can create jumping from one report to another. That is a hyperlink report. Okay. So linked report means it is not a jumping report. It is providing a value to the parameter. For you guys. So this is what is very, very important. The next one is subscriptions. Okay. Tomorrow we'll talk about it. So we have, so why subscription means to deliver the data. These are used to deliver the data, reports to the end users. Clear? So subscriptions are used to deliver the reports. So there are two types of subscriptions: pull and push. So pulling means, I told you, right? You go to the website of the company, you download the report by yourself. Is a pulling. That means manual. Manually, we are going to be getting the report. But what is a pushing? Pushing means you need not go anywhere. The report will come to your email. Clear? The sales report will come to your email, your WhatsApp message. So in this, we have standard and data driven. Clear? I told you, right? I can go to the shop and buy a magazine. That is a pulling. Pulling subscription means you have to go to the shop and you need to ask what magazine you need. Instead of going to the shop every month, what you do? You give the address and you tell them that I need this magazine to be delivered to my doorstep. So that is what is called pushing subscription. So daily newspapers, daily magazines are delivered to the doorstep, right? So pulling means you go to the shop, you buy a newspaper. Pushing means you are not going anywhere. The newspaper is going to come to your place. Clear? So we have pulling and pushing. So pulling means we need not do anything. Customer can download the report by going to the website. Pushing means we're going to be, doing, we are going to be automating. We means developer. We means not developer, DBA. DBA is going to be doing standard subscription, data driven subscription. Clear? So these two things we'll discuss tomorrow. Very, very important, guys. Subscriptions. So email subscription, file share subscription, custom subscription, where you wanted to deliver. That's very, very important. So that is also we're going to be seeing tomorrow.